I got yelled at my outdoor exhibition, so I figured this deserved a little story time. I have a lot of things to say about this event, so take your tea, take your coffee, and let's go. Let's start with the worst. I was showing my work at a city exhibition. It's not a market, so we are not allowed to display prices. The idea is more for people to walk around, meet the artists, talk with them, and if they want they can ask for the price and they can buy it, but they don't want it to be like a marketplace. So I set up everything. The 2 first hours went great. I meet people, they have a chat, it's all good vibes. And then this woman walked by. It was around 11 a.m. so it's getting a bit busy. We're in the city center, so there are a lot of cafe, of restaurant nearby. So she stops in front of one of my paintings, the luster, and she asks me for the price. So I just tell her, well, it's 400 euros. And that's when her whole tone shifts. She looked at me dead in the eyes and she starts screaming and she's like yelling, "Are you insane? Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? What is wrong with you? I can do this in 5 minutes." And at this moment I was completely shocked. I had like zero comeback. I mean, I wasn't expecting being yelled out like that at an art exhibition, okay. And while she's shouting, she starts walking, but not walking away from me. She starts walking towards other people. She goes to a waiter and she just continued doing her thing. So she's just shouting like, "She's crazy, did you hear what she said to me?" And she kept going like that, just walking around, shouting to people. And honestly, the first thing I felt was shame. And for a second I'm like, okay, this was a total mistake. Like, why did I came here? I take 1 full day to be here to display my art, and the main goal is not even to sell them, it's really to, how to say this, to have the city more alive, you know? And I'm thinking of packing my stuff and going home. And right as I was having my little meltdown in my head, I noticed this couple that came earlier in my stand, and the woman, she just turned around and she looked at this lady and she's like, "You just stop shouting. You have no right to talk to her like that. You have no right to talk about the price. You have no right to just be here and shout, so you just go away." Ah, girl power, I loved it. And then there's these other artists that are around me that are more experienced than me. They just do a lot of this kind of exhibition, and they just turn around, tell her to shut up. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. Oh, and by the way, she came back. I'm not going into all the details again, but she did the exact same routine. She came to me and she was like, "Oh, I came this morning." Like, yes, I remember you, girl. And she said, "I asked for a price for a painting and now I want to know for this one." So she pointed the betta fish painting. I said, "Yes, this one is 950. And she did the exact same thing. She went crazy. The good thing is at this moment the whole vibe had already changed, and I talked with the other artists, and so we all looked at each other and we were like, "Yeah, I can do this in 5 minutes." And so this made her mad, but it was great. And she finally just went away, just shouting and everything. She didn't came back. I think 2 times was enough for me. So she was clearly the worst person I met on these events, but I met some interesting other people. So I won't talk about everything, but I think I need to talk about 2 main persons, and then I will talk about, of course, the really good thing that happened during this event. So there was this older man. Let's call him Grandpa because he honestly could have been mine. And it started off really nicely. We were talking about art, about artists we like. We were talking about a book I have on my table that's called The Book of Shadow. And this book is all about like magical thing I'm obsessed with, like elves and magical creature. And he asked me about this book, so I show him one of my favorite artists, It's Caspar David Friedrich. And I show him one of the painting that is like many trees, like with a dark, moody scene. And they tell me, oh, you like painting trees too? And I tell him, well, I never paint any, but I enjoy drawing some, so yes. And that's when he said, well, where I'm staring right now, there's a tree, it's all twisted, and I think you would probably like it. So I said, yes, okay, this sounds interesting. And then he dropped this, oh, you know, it's in a campsite, and you need to know it's a naturist campsite. In this one, I don't think you can come with clothes. I really think, you know, it's allowed in some other, but in this one, no, you can't come with clothes. So at this point, I realize I'm being invited to paint a tree naked in a campsite full of people. So I try to stay polite and I tell him I'd rather not have to take my clothes off to paint. And that's when he tried to convince me of all the good things that could be for me to be naked. Like, sir, I'm just here to talk about art. And I'm probably sure every woman that will watch this will relate to this. You know how you're happy when someone is like genuinely interested in what you say, what you do. Here I'm on an art exhibition, so I'm just showing my art, but it could be something else. And then you realize that no, he wasn't interested in what you do at all, he's just interested in you. In a different way. Coming from like a grandpa, it was really, really disappointing. And that's when a woman came, and it was his wife. Yeah. So this sweet lady just come here, and she see my painting of the elf, and she pointed at it, and she said, "Oh, you like elves?" And I'm like, "Oh yes, I'm really interested in elves, fantasy, and Tolkien." It's like, "Oh well, I like elves too." And I remember the first time I met one in my garden. And then she said, well, it was a tiny elf. Like, I was just coming home and I was in my car and I saw him in my garden and he was gardening and he had like tiny elves green boots. And that's when I that's when I understood that she was serious. She was kind of adorable, she was sweet, and so I told her, well, I hope I get to see one too one day. And so we need to talk about best part of my day. First of all, I was really happy to meet a lot of people, to have a lot of people ask for my website, ask for my card. Some even asked if they could email me to ask for commissions, so they wanted like portraits or things like this. So it was a great day, but it get better. So there was this man that came in my stand in the morning, and he's an artist too, and so we have a really great conversation. It's interesting, it's respectful, and it was just after this woman yelled at me, so it was great. So he stayed for a while, we talked, and then he left, and I went on with my day. Then a bit later he came back and he said he was thinking about my painting of the betta fish. And he said that he's planning on putting an aquarium in his home, and that he won't be able to put some betta fish in it because they're kind of aggressive, and he still wants to have some, and he was thinking that maybe a painting of a betta fish up au-dessus? Comment on dit au-dessus? Above. So he said maybe this painting could go above the aquarium. It would be my way to still have a betta fish at home. I was thinking maybe you could paint it in a different color. So he pulled a photo on his phone and it was a beautiful color. It was like a betta fish in red. And he asked me if I could do a commission. So we talked about the mood, the color, the size, the price of the commission. And just like that, we agreed on my first commission. And for those who follow me, you know I never try to sell my art. I'm actually trying to finish my website. So yeah, it was really like a genius interaction, and that led to my first commission. So we're still in touch, we are talking about the project, so it's going to happen. So I decided to film every part of this process for my first commission, so I can do a video about it. I think it could be interesting for you if you're curious, or maybe if you just never had your first commission, and it can maybe bring some information along the way. And if you want to share your worst and your best moments in this kind of market or art exhibition, please tell it to me in the comments. I'm really curious. And bye! See you in the next video!